Imagine yourself lost in a dense forest, where sunlight barely manages to filter through the towering canopy of trees. Fear starts creeping in, but amidst the internal chaos, there's a moment of surrender. As if responding to your state of mind, a hidden path suddenly appears before you, bathed in the golden light of the sun. This sudden, almost mystical revelation feels orchestrated by a higher power, an intelligence beyond rational comprehension. This is the first touch of synchronicity, an invisible thread weaving your inner processes with the events happening around you. You begin to notice that the universe seems to communicate through symbols and events that you used to overlook. Every step you take on this path brings you closer to something deeper, a connection with a higher consciousness that transcends words. Synchronicity is this mystical link between your inner world and the outer one, a subtle reminder that nothing is random. You are being guided by something greater, and the more open you are, the clearer this golden path becomes. But are you really paying attention to the signs? Or are you still lost in the shadows of the forest? The essence of synchronicity. Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychiatrist, introduced the world to the idea that seemingly disconnected events could actually be deeply intertwined by an invisible web of meaning. He called this phenomenon synchronicity, suggesting it's not mere coincidence but rather events loaded with profound meaning that reflect our internal realities. Imagine thinking intensely about a distant friend, only to receive an unexpected message from them shortly after. For Jung, this was more than chance. It was an expression of a hidden order, operating beyond what we can physically see. One of the most intriguing examples comes from one of his therapy sessions. A patient was describing a dream involving a golden beetle, a symbol of transformation, when suddenly a real golden beetle flew into the room and tapped against the window. This moment, rich with symbolism, transcended mere causality and revealed a connection between the patient's unconscious mind and the external world. Synchronicity invites us to look beyond the obvious and recognize these subtle threads that connect our deepest thoughts to everyday events. But how can we cultivate this awareness and embrace these meaningful coincidences in our daily lives? The theory of synchronicity. Synchronicity isn't limited to surface-level coincidences, it's an intersection between the subjective and objective, where internal reality mirrors external events. Picture two worlds, the inner world of emotions, thoughts, and intuitions, and the outer world of seemingly random events. In rare and powerful moments, these two worlds align, creating a bridge of meaning that transcends logic and reason. Jung believed that these manifestations weren't isolated accidents but part of a hidden order governing the universe, something beyond what our senses can detect. These moments of intersection are like windows opening into a deeper reality, revealing an underlying intelligence that connects everything around us. When we experience synchronicity, we are reminded that we're not navigating this vast ocean of life alone, but somehow, we are in sync with something greater. However, these experiences raise questions. Can we learn to recognize these manifestations more often, or do they only find us when we are ready to perceive this hidden order? Synchronicity and the collective unconscious. Synchronicity is deeply intertwined with Jung's concept of the collective unconscious, a vast reservoir of experiences and symbols that transcend the individual and connect all of humanity. Imagine the collective unconscious as a vast ocean, one in which we all navigate, often unaware of its profound depths. Within this ocean dwell archetypes and universal patterns that shape our lives and choices, revealing themselves through dreams, myths, and, of course, synchronistic events. These events are not random but are echoes of archetypal themes rooted deep within our psyche, weaving themselves into the fabric of reality around us. When we encounter a synchronistic event, it's as if a wave from this vast ocean rises to the surface, bringing with it a message from the collective, a message that goes beyond our individual experience. This interconnectedness shows that what happens around us is not isolated but somehow intertwined with these ancient symbols and patterns that have shaped humanity for millennia. The question that remains is, how open are we to receiving this ancient wisdom that subtly manifests in our daily lives, guiding us down paths we often don't fully understand? Synchronicity and personal growth. The synchronicities we encounter along our journey can be seen as beacons in the darkness, pointing toward directions we may not have considered until that moment. Each significant encounter, each mysterious event that transcends coincidence, carries an opportunity for reflection and personal growth. Think of these moments as brief portals that open, offering glimpses of deeper wisdom that we can only approach when we are ready to absorb it. When we embrace synchronicity, we unlock hidden layers within ourselves, uncovering new perspectives that lead us to a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose. By recognizing and integrating these experiences into our lives, we gain more clarity and direction. Synchronicity shows us that we are in constant dialogue with the universe, and if we remain attentive, we can use these events to guide our decisions and shape our path. Each synchronicity becomes an opportunity for growth, a chance to expand our awareness and align more deeply with our goals and what truly matters. But have you ever wondered how many of these opportunities may have gone unnoticed by you? Perhaps it's time to pay closer attention to the signs the universe is sending your way. Synchronicity in practice. Synchronicity is not just an abstract concept, it manifests in everyday life in ways that often go unnoticed. Take, for example, Jung's patient who dreamed of a golden beetle, and soon after, a similar beetle appeared during her therapy session. This moment, beyond being an unusual event, triggered profound breakthroughs in the patient's therapeutic process, demonstrating how synchronicity can act as a guiding force. These mysterious occurrences reveal that there is a hidden order in the events around us, something that transcends mere chance. However, synchronicity is not limited to grand events or mystical experiences. It can appear in everyday moments, like hearing a song that perfectly captures what you're feeling or stumbling upon a book that answers a question you didn't even know you had. It's in these small encounters that we sense the presence of something greater, an invisible connection that is constantly at play. Have you ever considered how many of these synchronicities are present in your daily life? Perhaps it's time to open your eyes to the subtle but powerful messages the universe is sending you. Synchronicity and numerology. There's something deeply mysterious about repeated numbers appearing in our lives. Numbers like 1111 or 333 aren't just random sequences. For many, they carry spiritual messages, acting as reminders of the alignment between the physical and spiritual worlds. Numerology, an ancient art of interpreting the hidden meanings behind numbers, suggests that these numerical patterns serve as guides, signaling moments of spiritual awakening and transformation. They emerge as divine codes, pointing to synchronicities that indicate either we're on the right path or that significant changes are on the horizon. When these numbers show up, it's as if the universe is waving at you, offering subtle guidance amid the chaos of life. They act like small anchors of meaning in a sea of seemingly disconnected events. But are you paying attention to these signs? Perhaps the next time you see 1111, it's not just a coincidence but an invitation to reflect on your journey and what the universe is trying to communicate. After all, how many of these numbers have appeared to you recently, and did you grasp their message? Synchronicity and rationalism. Synchronicity challenges the traditional logic and rational ideas we're so accustomed to. Linear and causal thinking tells us that events are products of a predictable sequence of actions and reactions, but synchronicity breaks away from this limited view. When internal experiences mysteriously align with external events, we're forced to reconsider what we truly understand about the universe. These moments defy the idea that everything can be explained by simple cause and effect, opening the door to a reality where things are interconnected in ways the rational mind might struggle to accept. Embracing synchronicity means being willing to suspend, at least for a moment, the need for logical explanations and opening yourself up to a broader understanding of reality. It doesn't mean abandoning reason, but rather expanding it to include mystery and the unexplainable. By allowing these experiences to guide us, we connect to a deeper dimension of existence. But are we ready to accept that not everything can be understood through the lens of logic? Or are we still trapped by the need for clear, objective explanations? The psychology of synchronicity. Synchronicity has a powerful impact on our psyche, bringing a renewed sense of purpose and connection. When we witness synchronous events, we feel like part of something bigger, as if we're in tune with a universal flow. This sense of interconnectedness can bring comfort and clarity, helping us find meaning even in the most challenging situations of life. However, like any powerful tool, synchronicity must be handled with care. Focusing too much on these events can steer us away from objective reality, leading to misinterpretations or even disconnection from the real world. Balancing belief in synchronicity with a grounded sense of reality is crucial for our mental well-being. Just as it can illuminate our path, it can also create pitfalls when we place too much emphasis on signs and symbols, risking the perception of patterns that may not exist. Synchronicity invites us to walk between two worlds, the world of mystery and the world of reason. But have you ever wondered how aligned your perceptions of these events truly are with what's happening around you? And how can you balance the search for meaning with staying anchored in reality? Synchronicity and karma. Synchronicity can be understood as a subtle manifestation of karma, a reflection of our past actions that intertwine with the present, creating opportunities for growth and healing. These seemingly coincidental events may signal that karmic forces are at play, steering us toward new paths or inviting us to reconsider our choices. Like karma, synchronicity teaches us that everything is connected and that every action generates a reaction, even if that reaction is disguised as a casual encounter or an unexpected event. When a synchronistic event occurs, it often unveils an opportunity for spiritual evolution, as if the universe is offering us a chance to align our actions and intentions with the invisible forces that govern reality. These moments invite us to reflect on the connection between our desires, energies, and the outcomes we experience. But are we ready to recognize these signs as opportunities for transformation, or are we still trapped in old patterns that limit our growth? Perhaps it's time to look more closely at the events around us, seeking the wisdom they offer as a guide to deeper self-awareness and spiritual progress.